It was a day like any other. The sun setting over Delhi, casting long shadows across the city. People were going about their lives, unaware of the tragedy about to unfold. At Birla House, Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, was walking to his evening prayer meeting. His frail figure leaning on two young women was a familiar sight. But on this day, destiny had other plans. As Gandhi Ji approached the crowd, a young man stepped forward. Shots rang out, piercing the evening quiet. Gandhi Ji fell, his lips uttering "Hey Ram." The nation was in shock. Mahatma Gandhi, the apostle of peace and non-violence, was no more. His life, dedicated to freeing India from the shackles of British rule, had been cut short by an assassin's bullet. The news spread like wildfire, plunging the nation into mourning. The man who had led India to freedom through non-violent resistance was gone. The date January 30th, 1948 would forever be etched in India's memory as a day of profound loss and sorrow. It was a stark reminder that even in the midst of joy and celebration, darkness can lurk, waiting to strike. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the man the world revered as Mahatma, was born in a small town in Gujarat in 1869. His early life was ordinary, but destiny had great plans for him. He went to England to study law, returning to India as a barrister. But his life took a turn when he faced discrimination in South Africa. It was there that the seeds of Satyagraha, his philosophy of non-violent resistance, were sown. Gandhi Ji returned to India in 1915 and soon became the leader of the Indian National Congress. He united the people of India, transcending religious and caste barriers. His message was simple yet powerful: truth, non-violence, and Swaraj, self-rule. He led numerous movements against the British, including the non-cooperation movement and the Salt Satyagraha. His simple lifestyle, wearing khadi and living in ashrams, resonated with the masses. Gandhi Ji's unwavering belief in the power of non-violence inspired millions, not just in India but across the world. He showed that true strength lay not in physical force, but in the courage of one's convictions. His life was a testament to the power of love and compassion in overcoming hatred and oppression. Gandhi Ji's philosophy of Satyagraha, often translated as truth force, was the bedrock of India's freedom struggle. It was a unique blend of ancient Indian philosophy and modern political thought. Gandhi Ji believed that true power resided not in brute force, but in the moral authority derived from adhering to truth and non-violence. Satyagraha called for resisting injustice through non-violent means, including civil disobedience, boycotts, and peaceful protests. Gandhi Ji believed that by enduring suffering without resorting to violence, one could awaken the conscience of the oppressor and bring about a change of heart. His methods were radical, yet deeply rooted in the Indian ethos of ahimsa, non-violence. Gandhi Ji's Satyagraha campaigns were meticulously planned and executed. He understood the power of symbolism and used it effectively to mobilize the masses. The Salt Satyagraha, where he led thousands on a march to the sea to make salt in defiance of the British salt tax, is a testament to his strategic brilliance. His non-violent struggle captured the imagination of the world, turning the tide of public opinion against British colonialism. India's joy at achieving independence in 1947 was marred by the pain of partition. The country was divided into India and Pakistan, leading to one of the largest mass migrations in human history. Communal riots erupted across the country, claiming the lives of lakhs of people. Gandhi Ji was deeply saddened by the violence and bloodshed. He had always envisioned a united India, where Hindus and Muslims lived together in harmony. He toured riot-affected areas, preaching peace and reconciliation. He even went on a fast unto death to stop the communal violence in Calcutta, which eventually succeeded in restoring peace. However, the scars of partition ran deep. Some sections of Hindu society accused Gandhiji of being too lenient towards Muslims and blamed him for the partition. They felt that he had betrayed Hindus by agreeing to the creation of Pakistan. This resentment and anger created a fertile ground for extremism to take root. Section 5. Nathuram Godse, the assassin. Nathuram Godse, the man who assassinated Mahatma Gandhi, was a Hindu nationalist from Maharashtra. He was associated with the Hindu Mahasabha, a right-wing Hindu organization. Godse believed in Hindu Rashtra, a nation where Hindus were the dominant group. Godse had been a member of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, or RSS, in his younger days, but later left the organization. However, the extent and nature of his association with the RSS remain a subject of debate. Godse was a staunch critic of Gandhi Ji's policies, particularly his stance on partition and his insistence on paying Pakistan its share of assets. On January 30th, 1948, Godse approached Gandhi Ji during his evening prayer meeting and shot him at point-blank range. He was immediately apprehended and put on trial. During his trial, Godse defended his actions, arguing that he had killed Gandhi Ji to save Hindus from what he perceived as appeasement of Muslims. He was found guilty and executed in 1949. Section 6. The Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS. The Hindu Mahasabha, to which Godse belonged, was a Hindu nationalist organization that advocated for Hindu interests. It had a complex relationship with the RSS, another prominent Hindu organization. While both organizations shared a similar ideology, they differed in their approach and methods. The Hindu Mahasabha was a political party that participated in elections, while the RSS was a cultural organization that focused on Hindu unity and social service. However, there were overlaps in membership and ideology between the two groups. Both organizations were critical of Gandhiji's secularism and his perceived appeasement of Muslims. After Gandhiji's assassination, both the Hindu Mahasabha and the RSS were banned. The RSS, in particular, faced accusations of involvement in the assassination plot, which it vehemently denied. The RSS was later unbanned after it distanced itself from Godse and pledged allegiance to the Indian constitution. Section 7. A nation in mourning. Gandhi Ji's assassination plunged India into mourning. Millions of people across the country were heartbroken. His death was a personal loss for every Indian who had dreamt of a free and independent India. Gandhi Ji's funeral procession was one of the largest the world had ever seen. Lakhs of people lined the streets of Delhi to pay their last respects to the father of the nation. His body was carried on a gun carriage draped in the Indian flag. The entire nation came to a standstill as his funeral pyre was lit on the banks of the Yamuna River. Gandhi Ji's death left a void in Indian politics and society that could never be filled. He was not just a political leader. He was a moral compass, a spiritual guide, and a symbol of hope for millions. His assassination was a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the enduring power of hate and intolerance. Section 8. Echoes of controversy. Even decades after his death, Gandhiji's legacy continues to be a subject of debate and controversy. While he is revered as the father of the nation by a majority of Indians, there are those who question his methods and his legacy. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of Hindu nationalism in India. Some groups and individuals have attempted to rehabilitate Nathuram Godse, hailing him as a patriot and a hero. They argue that Godse was justified in killing Gandhi Ji, whom they view as responsible for the partition and the appeasement of Muslims. These attempts to glorify Godse and denigrate Gandhi Ji have been met with widespread condemnation. However, they highlight the enduring divisions within Indian society and the challenges to Gandhi Ji's vision of a secular, inclusive India. Section 9. Gandhi's enduring legacy. Despite the controversies and the passage of time, Mahatma Gandhi's legacy continues to inspire millions around the world. His message of peace, non-violence and truth remains as relevant today as it was during his lifetime. Gandhi Ji showed the world that lasting change could be achieved through peaceful means. His satyagraha campaigns demonstrated the power of non-violent resistance in challenging injustice and oppression. His life and teachings continue to inspire activists, leaders, and ordinary citizens across the globe who are fighting for social justice, equality, and human rights. Gandhiji's legacy is not just about the past, it is about the future. It is a call to action for each one of us to embrace his values of truth, non-violence, and compassion in our own lives, and to work towards creating a more just and equitable world.